Point man gets 10 years probation for running over and killing his stepdad. 22-year-old Braxton Henderson was originally charged with first-degree murder, but pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter. Henderson's mother was also charged with murder, but that charge was later dropped. The victim, 40-year-old Bradley Dixon of Forney, was killed when he was run over by a vehicle driven by Braxton Henderson back in July 2021. As part of the sentence, Henderson will have to serve 120 days in jail, along with paying a $2,000 fine.